Hello, it's Liam Bastick again from Some Product, and today I'm going to be talking to you about converting dates. And guess what? It's another 5-minute video, or maybe even less. Maybe hard to believe, but guess what? I'm not an American. And sometimes I get a bit confused by what we call US dates, where it actually does day, month, year. So, for instance, in cell A2 here, I've got 8, 13, 20, which sounds like some sort of a numerical progression, but it's actually August the 13th, 2020, as all the US viewers will know. But of a lot of us who actually live in other parts of the world, this is a bit confusing, and we think, I don't know what that means. So how do I convert it into the dates of wherever I am? Well, I'm British, so I'm going to use the UK date system, which is going to be day, month, year instead. So I want to move the month and the day around. I'm going to show you 3 ways to do that, one of which I don't want you to ever use. And let's start with that one. Here's something I prepared earlier. So it's a common problem in today's international world of having to change dates from US to UK or from US to Chinese or whatever it might be, but there's some easy ways to do it. This, unfortunately, is not one of them. Let me just show you this formula. Everybody following that all right? Oh, it's a bit longer than that. Let me make it a bit bigger here. If anybody actually wants to understand that, then I suggest you get a life, because that's not the way I'm going to suggest that you do it. But there are 2 ways that you can actually put it together. And let me show you. One is using Power Query or Get and Transform. So you turn this into a table first, which, believe it or not, I already have. I've called it US Dates, Control T, turns it in here. And then I just go to the Data tab and go from Table Range to bring it into Get and Transform's Power Query Editor. And I want to change this into the dates. Now, obviously, if you're in the US and you're getting UK dates, you do the opposite of this. So what I'm going to do here is you'll have your own regional settings on your computer already. All you've got to do is tell it what the location is where these dates were sourced from. And it's a bit weird where it's hidden. In here, if you look at this, it's got data type any. Don't worry about that for the time being. I want you to click, there's all these different buttons at the top, but this one here, the ABC123, and then you go in here, you go right down to the bottom to using locale, and in here it brings up a dialog box sometime between now and the end of the video anyway. And we don't want it to be data type text, we want it to be data type date. And then we say what the locale is. Now, it's not the locale of where you are, your computer will convert it, it's where it's come from. So this is actually going to be, going to Microsoft anyway, English United States. And if I do that, it gives me what the sample input values will be. And so it will then recognize these and understand what it is. You see this one, it recognizes a date because the 12th of May could exist, even though this is really the 5th of December. I click OK. Done. How easy was that? Now all I've got to do is go and close and load, and it will put it into Excel on another sheet at some point in the near future. Here you go. And there it is, updated. So if we actually put our dates back in here, we have some new ones, we hit refresh, it will automatically update them here. But what happens if you decide that you don't want to use Power Query? It's in most versions of Excel now. Do you know there's an old way to do it? It's really, really quite easy, but not where you might think it is. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on these dates here. So we'll take just the date data, and I'm going to go to Data tab again, but this time a place you wouldn't think of going, text to columns. So if I go in here and click on this, I'm going to go for delimited characters such as commas or tabs. So we're going to separate into fields, but then we're going to say we don't want any delimiters, none of them. Make sure all of these are unchecked and click next, because we're not going to split it into columns. We're going to use another feature of it, which is the date. And again, we put what the source date format is, not day, month, year, but it's actually month, day, year. Put that in, then we hit finish. There you go. Converted them into the right dates. This is a problem that causes consternation with Excel users all the time, and it's easy. 3 different ways, 3 simple tricks. Hope you enjoyed it. That's it for this time. I hope you enjoyed the tips. If you did, my name's Liam Bastick. If you didn't, my name's Tim Hang. Until next time, cheerio.